Having authentic relationships. What I used to do, I used to be an angry person.
Hello world, my name is Ashley. Welcome back. Let me know in the comments which part of the video you most enjoyed.
And I was angry because of a lot of stuff that I was faced with in my childhood: molestation, abandonment, homelessness. It's like a lot of different things. No parents around, just things of that sort. Growing up kind of poor, in the sense of poor with no family around. We weren't poor as far as monetary, but sometimes you can be poor with not having the core values that you need from everyone in your family. So I grew up with dealing with those things, and when I became a mother and a wife and as a young adult, I had to figure these things out. And I knew there was always a better way, and I would tend to get frustrated because I didn't know the better way, but I knew it was one. So stay tuned for the video, and I can share with you these methods that I use still today that continue to help me day to day to become a better person so that I can have an authentic relationship with myself and others. I had authentic relationships until I got myself together, until I looked in the mirror and said, you know what, Ashley, you have to work on you. Okay? I didn't understand how to have good relationships. I didn't see that growing up. How a good marriage is supposed to look like, how a friendship is supposed to look like, how you're supposed to be an awesome mother or awesome father, how that looked. I didn't have the opportunity to see all of that. So these are some steps that have helped me that I still use today to continue to have authentic relationships. I do want to encourage you guys to stay tuned, and I'll let you know how I did manage to become more mature in this area. Hello world, my name is Ashley and welcome to Tru Story. So if you're new here, Tru Story is a combination of stories throughout my life that I have experienced and overcame. So today we are talking about authentic relationships. So I just wanted to give you guys a few backdrop stories and how I learned how to have authentic relationships from day to day with all types of people. My family, my immediate family, friends, neighbors, strangers, colleagues. So if that interests you, just continue watching. Also, if you find value in this video at all, let me know in the comments which part helped you, and please share the video. So authentic relationships. What I have learned throughout my life is to have the best authentic relationship, you have to work on yourself. So what that means is you have to have a relationship with yourself first. You have to like yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to care for yourself as much as possible in order for you to extend to someone else. For example, you cannot be around a certain group or certain individuals that discourage you. Not necessarily it all the time has to be through their words. It can be through their lifestyle. So if you have an ultimate goal to become something great, whatever that may be, you fill in the blank. And then you find yourself around peers or in certain settings, the club, just like involved in numerous groups, that is not going to help you become successful for the future. Let's stop thinking about right now all the time, and let's focus on the future. Where do you see yourself? If you see yourself on the rise for a future to have better opportunities, the only thing you need to do is change your surroundings. Change your surroundings. What that's going to do is going to help you think more about how can I get to those steps without being around those that kind of kept me down, so to speak. Being in certain settings and certain situations. Okay? So I have my running days. I know we all have. And some of us still have them. And that's okay. So, but you're here now. Your running days doesn't necessarily have to be that you was getting high, you was getting drunk, you was at the club. It could have just been the fact that you were just so down and depressed that you didn't know where to turn. It could have just been the fact that you misused money. You're not a good steward. It could have just been the fact that you didn't pursue what you wanted to pursue. Yeah, have you ever wrote down those goals and like, hey, I'm going to be a business owner, or hey, I want to travel the world, or hey, I want to aspire to cook better. I want to aspire to eat more healthy. I want to be able to work towards something that I can see myself for doing. I don't believe in diets. I don't believe in challenges. What I believe in is lifestyle changing. Because after that diet is over, you put yourself on this restriction, you're going to go back to those same stinking habits at some point, because mentally you're telling your brain this is only temporary. So we need to focus on things that can last over time to help us continue to be better day to day. I don't like challenges, just for the simple fact that after that challenge, you're going to mentally think it's over with, I'm done, and you're going to go back in that same breath. I believe in writing down your goals, writing down where you want to be, whether it's being around people, anything of that sort. That way you're able to see yourself day and day, make that daily progress to just continue to do it. You do something 30 days, it's going to be a habit that you do, but you have to have it embedded up here, and you definitely have to watch who you surround yourself, whether that's going to a place, being around a group of people, to just help you become better. Okay? So start within yourself. Journal, guys. If you're a believer, get you a devotion going. I do devotions. I don't have that much time in the morning. So sometimes I might only have enough time to do 2 to 5 minutes, but I'm listening to some word. I'm reading a scripture. I'm saying a prayer, just so that you start your day off well. So whatever you're faced with, you're able to have something to combat that. Get you a journal. Write down what you're doing. Write down in the morning, just like little simple steps. Say, hey, what I want to do today. This is what I want to work on today. Or this is what I want to work on this week. And you can go back and reflect and tell yourself, hey, I did this well. I need to work harder on this. So work on yourself. Work on your surroundings, because what you surround yourself with, and it may not just be people and negativity. It could just be what you're watching. If you're not watching good things and good positive things on TV, on YouTube, or whatever you watch things on, it could be something you're looking at. So with that being said, just make sure that you are making yourself available to be your best you each and every day. Number 2, you're not going to like this one, but I'm going to tell you what you're going to have to do. You are going to have to clean out your closet, bruh. Clean it out. Sis, clean out your closet. What I mean is, you need to do a spring cleaning, a sweep. You need to do a declutter. You need to do a mass giveaway, a mass haul of cleaning that bad stuff out of your mind, your body, and your spirit. And what I mean is, basically, if those bad habits, those bad individuals, those bad TV shows, the bad spending habits, not contributing, you can be a bad steward by just spending and not saving. You need to save. So you need to save too. So clean out your closet. Get rid of those bad habits and those bad things. Work on those day by day so that you can become better. Okay? Clean it out. That means if you're dealing with depression, anxiety, stress, overeating, overspending, being a gossiper, being negative, eating unhealthy, that's not good either, because guess what? You're putting your body in a state to deal with and process things that are not good for you naturally. It's okay to splurge every blue moon, but make sure you're giving your body the good nutrition it needs so you can be your best self. Okay? Declutter your closet. Make a list of some things that you know within your mind where you're at right now that I should not be involved in these things. It could be a group. It could be numerous different things. You know what you need to do to become your best self. Okay? Number 3, you're going to make your best foot forward. Make a vision board. I encourage you to do a vision board and do it digitally. I keep my vision board on my phone because I always look at my phone and it's a reflection of what I see. I believe, let me know what you do in the comments, but this is what I believe. I believe a vision board should be made when you're ready to move forward with some different aspirations in your life. And once your vision board has completed its full circle, that means you saw everything come to pass on your vision board that way, so clockwise. Then you make a new one. But start off making a vision board. If you decide that, hey, you know what? I need to change my lifestyle as far as being with bad men. I've been there, so I can tell you. If you feel like that and say, you know what? I got to get me together. I don't want to be in no bad more relationships. And that could just be friendships. We say friends with benefits, or he just my best friend. We just hanging out. Just because y'all are not dating, you are not married, does not mean that individual is good for you. And let me tell you something. You can stop your blessing by having certain individuals linger around. Yes. And they don't necessarily have to be bad people per se, but they may not be the people you need to keep in your life for the season that you're trying to enter. So make sure that you make a vision board. Make a digital one so you can see it every day. Everybody has a phone. If you don't, understandable. If you don't have a smartphone, you can also stick it on your wall or in your bathroom or somewhere that you're going to see it constantly every day, so it can be embedded. But let me also tell you what I learned about a vision board, is that you have to believe in it. You can't make a vision board and say, hey, I want to be an attorney or a doctor, or I want to become a better person. I want to have better relationships with people. And guess what? You have stinking thinking. Sometimes we can be our own worst critics. So make sure, if you're going to make your vision board so you can become a better you, so that you can have these authentic relationships that you desire to have, that you get that out of your mind. That the stinking thinking, that negativity, get rid of it, because it's not helping you. It's not helping you. Okay? So I'm bringing this out. Saying, what are you saying, Ashley? I'm going to bring it home for you. What I'm saying is this. You have to get yourself together, put the necessary steps forward day by day, learn what's going on with you and not with everybody else around you. So then therefore you're able to visualize where I want to see myself. You have relationships day to day with people. You have day-to-day relationships with, if you have to call someone to pay a bill, if you have to go out and get gas, if you have to go grocery shopping, the pharmacy, work, church, your immediate family. You have relationships every day. And the thing is about, when I mean authentic, I mean it's being your best you. That's a good authentic relationship, and you're able to do that with any and everybody. Does not mean you got to be all up in their face and googly eyed and just overdoing it, because that ain't even you, right? Be your best you. And once you get you together, working on yourself daily, and you don't never stop working on yourself. Let me tell you that, because I don't think we say that enough. You never stop working on yourself. If you have that breath of life, you have the opportunity to get up and make something better. You have that opportunity. So just do it. Make sure that once you do your vision board, you keep that positive mind frame, that my body is a temple. I have the power to control. You can't control what happens to you per se, but you can control how you react. Okay, so the key to having great relationships with people is being your best self all the time. And I'm going to say, y'all, I've had some times when I went off on some folks. I did. The old me was like, you know what? I'm going to get him a piece of my mind. And I did. But where did that leave me? It left me feeling bad. It left me, that wasn't my fight to deal with. You know, now some things are addressable, but, you know, you got to pop off at the mouth. You got to, you know, talk to people crazy, cuss at them, you know, that you're not being your best you. You're not representing yourself well. You know, if you're telling me that you own a business or you're inspired to do these great things and these great stuff, it could be something as simple like, I want to be a good mother. You know, I want to be a good sister. I want my community to be better, right? You one of those people? Yeah, I was one of those people too. But at the same time, I had to learn how to control this, and I had to learn how to control what was going on inside of me. A lot of the things that I dealt with in my childhood, my young adulthood, I had to realize that, you know what, Ashley, the reason why you do a lot of this stuff is because you haven't dealt with things that you need to deal with. And don't assume that something's wrong with you because you don't know how to deal with it. You have to figure this thing out. So I'm here to help you figure this thing out. Okay? Sis, bruh, this is why I'm making these videos. Trust me, I used to be that one people were scared of. It scared me that people were scared of me. So I was like, what is going on with me? Why are people scared of me? What am I doing wrong? And I had to come to that realization because I wanted to become something better. I wanted to see the change in my community. I wanted to see the change in my family. I wanted to see the change in my church. I wanted to see the change in my children's school. I wanted to see the change just day to day. But I also had to work on me with controlling my emotions, with making sure that I put my best foot forward. I'm putting the right things in my body so my mood is not jacked up. So it has a lot to do with what you eat a lot of times too, because, you know, certain foods can set your mood off in a different kind of way. You know, I had to learn to get up, Ashley. I don't care if you move your body for 5 to 10 minutes. Get up and do a high intense workout or just go walk around the park. I had to learn those things so I can control myself better. I also, let me tell y'all this before I let y'all go. Those of y'all that don't know your family, and I mean like your family, like your bloodline, you don't know like your ancestors, your history and stuff like that. That's important too. Make sure that just the people that you do know, you ask questions. You know, hey, I want to learn about this story. Go to lunch or have a phone date with somebody in the family that's very, very acclimated with the family history. So they can tell you like, okay, this is why I tick like this. Get to know your family, your relatives, your parents, your siblings. So that way you'll know why you react the way you do. Because some of the stuff is generational. And generational curses do exist. It's a thing. So, but you can control it and you can stop the negativity from going forth, but you have to deal with you first. Once you deal with you and once you continue to work on you, you'll gradually notice yourself becoming better. Sometimes I have to coach myself, Ashley, we're not eating out today. And not literally talk to myself, but in my mind, nope, got to do this. And I have to coach myself. I have to be disciplined. Okay, this is what my goal is in this area. This is what you got to do. Because you're not always going to have somebody. And quite frankly, honest, what would it look like? What would that picture look like? Your whole life, you're an adult, and you're needing somebody to hold your hand 24/7. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, having authentic relationships is starting with you. Being your best self day to day and making those steps to continue to do so that you can extend to others. In order to be better and things around us to be better, we have to start with ourselves. Okay? So if you all enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments. I'm going to keep coming with these true stories for you all. And my true story about this is Ashley had a pop-off mouth. It was bad. It was bad. I was bad. I was a bad person at one point in my life. And I had to figure out the long, hard, sweat, blood, and tears way how to get me together. Even though I was a Christian, even though I knew better, I had to figure those things out. So with that being said, I am glad that you are here. I appreciate you watching. I hope this video helped in some form, fashion. If you know somebody this will be helpful to, make sure you share this video. Follow me on all platforms. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So you can follow me on those as well. I appreciate it. Till next time, peace.